One, two, everything good? Alright. Hello everyone, I'm Sleepy, and I don't make many videos on camera, so I'm just making sure everything's good. Hey guys, really quick before the video starts, I would just like to mention that I cannot, I'm going to be wearing sunglasses for the video because I don't have time to practice my script, and I don't want to be looking in the wrong direction the whole video. So, just to let you know, I don't think that my sunglasses look cool. I just don't want it to look weird when I'm staring at nothing, kind of like I currently am. But yeah, that is the explanation. So that is why I wear sunglasses in this video, and potentially in the future. I'm back, and now that I look at myself on camera, I've decided I do look cool. Perhaps the coolest. No, definitively the coolest. But I can't talk about myself all day. You don't care. Welcome! This video is kind of a big deal to me. I've poured a lot of passion into this, and I really hope you guys are just as passionate by the end. I will be redesigning my ideal Smash game. Every single character gets massive changes, and even the game engine itself could use some tweaks, which is what I'll mainly go over in this video. If you don't really care about the universal changes, you can hit that bell and get notified for when I redesign Mario and DK in the future. I can't promise that it's my very next video, though. I'm doing stuff. Counterpoint. Why would you do that? This video isn't as exciting as the ones to come, but it's very necessary to explain why I design things the way I do. Through this video, you'll come to understand me as a game designer. I personally think that the extra context makes the rest of the series more enjoyable. But I understand if you just want to skip ahead, this is your last stop. There are no character redesigns in this video. Get out of here. Come again. Try again next time, next week. Maybe not next week. Try again, though. Come back. Oh, okay, we good? For the rest of you, I'd like to say thank you. I always say I don't have a favorite subscriber, but we both know it's you. I'd like to say thank you, and let's go over the structure of each video. First, the rules. Sometimes I'll talk about character philosophy first to help you understand why a character was reimagined the way they were. One thing you should know about me is that when designing Smash characters, I don't often use abilities they could use, and I prefer designing moves around abilities that they would use, which is why Snake's F Smash pisses me off. It's just, I don't see him doing that. He could, but I don't see it. I also make my movesets as accurate to the source material as I can. I find that accurate movesets are some of the most satisfying. Link, Mega Man, Banjo-Kazooie. These are all beautiful characters that feel like every single move was put there for a reason. Almost all their moves are direct references, and it makes me smile. So, I heavily researched each and every source game in order to create the perfect, most accurate moveset. I suppose I should address my policy on alternate costumes while we're here. I won't go over every alternate costume I want. There's just too many. But I'll do at least 2 for each character if I see it, the potential in it. I know that literally everyone on planet Earth wants Armored Mewtwo and Mr. L at this point, so it's really not worth talking about. I'll try to pick costumes that haven't gotten much attention or haven't been talked about much. But there are exceptions, just costumes I want way too bad, personally, to avoid talking about. Also, I often go very in-depth with these changes, if you couldn't already tell, because usually I'll be doing 1 or 2 characters per episode. Even though I try my best, please understand, I am not perfect. I love game balancing, but sometimes I can go overboard on buffs and overlook things. If I say Fox's laser should break shield because he's a low tier and deserves it, most of you would think, no, he's not. That wouldn't work if you think about it a little bit. Breaking shields, it's kind of fast. Maybe that's a little busted. However, most of the time, commenters vocalize this very angrily. And if you disagree, that's okay. And if you explain yourself, I might even agree with you and change my mind. But please be civil, and instead of insulting me, instead of insulting me, in a perfect world, criticism sounds like, hey, I like what you're trying to do, but that move is too fast or does too much damage. Or maybe, no offense, but I don't think that feature was very well thought out. Here's why, and here's how I would fix it. Obviously, you can say what you want. I'm not going to delete anything, but if you... The world is not perfect, so we're just going to see that. But you can be different. You can be different. But yeah, with almost 80 characters, there's a lot of work to do. I have lots of really creative ideas that I've never really heard before, and some have been changed so much. Some characters have been changed so much they're basically new characters. But before we talk about the characters, we need to talk about game mechanics. I've heard increasing talks of people thinking Ultimate is a bad game. Leffen. But I strongly disagree. Is it perfect? No. Do I want changes? Absolutely. I want a lot of changes. But it's stupid to claim it's bad, like some people on Twitter have. Obviously, yeah, you don't really take their words to heart, but I'm going to change their hearts, especially when we get to Joker. But yeah, they do have one big point. One thing that nobody can really ignore is that everyone hates half the roster. If you play Game & Watch or Yoshi, forget it. We're not playing. Want to play Little Mac or Sonic? Jesus Christ, were you born an asshole? Ness? It's actually a big deal if people hate fighting most of the characters. If they don't like most of the characters, they don't even like the game in the first place. I think people get frustrated when they can't play their way and instead have to play the opponent's game. I think this problem stems from a lack of universal mechanics to get around things. I mean, think about it. What do you do if Mac has KO Punch? Commit to an approach that can't be cancelled and kills you if you get red, or camp and win. So, if there were more options, it could reduce salt, like rushing in to the little Mac, baiting a KO punch, then wave dashing back. That would be pretty sick. I mean, obviously, you can spot dodge, and that kind of works, but it's not as safe. So we need more defensive options, and we need more offensive options. I seriously think that if there were just a couple more options that every character had access to, it would make all the difference. At the tail end of Smash 4's life, I played a lot of Project M with my best friend to help ease the wait time for Ultimate. You know, it was very painful for many people. I found out that PM was super good. I still think that they are game design geniuses, and the customization, creativity, combat speed, and roster size make it a joy to play even to this day. Even 2 Smash games later, it's still one of the best, if not the best. I personally think it's Ultimate, but there's a very strong case to be made that PM is the best Smash game. To take steps towards making it more like that, but still having its own distinct identity, I want all the characters to be top tier. All of them. Maybe not like exactly as good as Melee Fox like PM was trying to do, but they should all be top tier. I mean, little Timmy shouldn't have to drop Kirby just to stand a chance. I want to cut down on filler moves that just don't work or have a purpose as well. I really hate useless moves, like Ganondorf's up tilt or Samus's jab. The only thing I hate more than a useless move is a useless special move. Rollout and PK Flash haunt my dreams. Which is why I love playing characters like Ultimate Pikachu and Joker. Every single move has a reason to exist. Even down tilt and jab for Pikachu. Like, you wouldn't think those moves are good, but they are. They have their own niche uses at their own specific times. And that's really great. Everyone should be like that. So now you know a little bit more about how I do things. So let's get into the universal mechanics and changes and stuff like that. Things that apply to everyone. So, since these changes apply to everyone, I'll include them in this video before anyone gets redesigned. Makes sense, right? Yeah? It doesn't go in the Mario section. There's a general theme of more hit stun, more speed. It's the same sort of thing we've been hearing for a while, and yeah, it's the solution. I'm here to talk about what exactly that means, because the hit stun is self-explanatory. You know, there's literally just more of it. The speed, though, it's a little more vague. When I think about how fast each character can cross the stage, there's not a big enough difference between Melee Mario and Ultimate Mario for there to be such a disparity between Melee speed and Ultimate speed. What makes Melee feel faster is the much higher gravity, as well as tons of little engine quirks that we'll get into in a second. Increasing gravity, though, works wonders for most characters, but destroys some other ones. Just floaties, really. If you make floaties not floaty, they are not very fun. That is the point. So, these characters that I'm about to show right now are exempt from these changes. And next up we have something to help make combos a little more interesting. Higher SDI rates for most multi-hits. Most single hits also resist SDI, but have wider DI ranges, so that it's more about following them. These are two big changes that I want, and there is more to them as well. The DI ranges are wider proportional to the speed of each character. Characters that can't chase you as far won't have as wide DI ranges, but still enough to make for an interactive combo game that isn't solely based on flowchart combos. SDI isn't as effective on moves with an auto-link angle, because SDIing out isn't impossible, it's just harder, because on auto-links there's just like, even then, there's going to be some exceptions, because if you can SDI out of a move like Ken's up B, he just becomes absolutely useless. So there will be way more exceptions to the SDI rule than the DI rule, in general. Multi-hits are just fickly? Prickly? Something. They're something. Other than that, we can talk about SDI and DI becoming more effective on stale moves. The DI indicator shows up in real time during hit stun. Hey guys, Hobo Jojo here. I just broke into this house to tell you guys that the DI indicator already works in real time. The issue is that you just can't tell because of all the damn smoke in the way. So I'm not sure how we're gonna get rid of all the smoke, but just know that we have a solution. Hobo Jojo out. If you know Pikachu's down throw, that little blue arrow shows up early for some reason. I think it'd be cool if that showed up for all throws and all moves, really. That would allow it to be more reaction-based during combos, which is obviously great because of the new DI system. Nothing's guaranteed, but you can get a lot more out of stuff and chase it for a lot longer. It's really cool, and I want it. Hitboxes, am I right? A lot of moves just have funkier hitboxes now. What can I say? I like when nairs and dares just cover my whole body. It's fun, you know, maybe not as funky as like Melee. It's a little too funky. Just like, you know, I don't want like a tiny bit of disjoint, you know, like maybe a little, please. Where am I going with this? Yeah, more funk. Spot dodges, yeah. Spot dodge has slightly more end lag when overused, and that's pretty cool. It's literally already in the game. You just make a little more of it. Then people don't fly as fast while getting hit at low %, because I know people like the new balloon knockback, but at low % it shouldn't be there. It should be. It's already not really there, but just tone it down even more. Here's a big one. Oh my god, this was so annoying. Stage traction reduced, because Jesus Christ Ultimate, why is the floor so sticky? It's stupid. Why? It doesn't make any sense for no character in this game, to every character in this game to have such high traction. Platforms just feel like they have guardrails on the edges of them. And it hurts the flow of your movements, and it just makes everything feel bad. I don't like how they did that. Platforms feel like such a commitment in this game. So, make it slipperier so that I know the stage is clean. And next up we have a long and refreshing controls segment. It's more cool than it sounds, okay? Just stick around. You can now, oh, yeah. Here's a cool one. A plus B smash is removed as a controller option. No one ever uses it, and it just allows me to create more character-specific gimmicks. So, bye-bye. The automatic short hop aerials mechanic is toggleable in the controls section. Now, I personally love this mechanic. Not everybody does, and I respect that. So, it should be an option. And, the C-Stick. Oh, the C-Stick. That's my old friend, the C-Stick. It's not just a macro anymore, and it's also not a... why is it a macro? It's been so dumb since Smash 4. They need to fix that in an actual patch real soon. So the C-Stick is no longer a macro and won't affect your movement. You don't have to reset the C-Stick in order to neutral just to perform another tilt or smash. All you have to do is move it slightly away, then back to the notch, sort of like SDI already does. C-Stick nairs. Some people are glad they're gone. I'm not glad they're gone. I miss them. C-Stick nairs should be able to be turned on or off in the controller settings. More options? I like C-Stick nairs, okay? Just give it back. Simons don't like C-Stick nairs. You can choose between... You can choose the buffer window, which is a really needed one. So between tags, you can have a person with no buffer, you can have a person with a 3-frame buffer on their tag, or you can have somebody with the ultimate buffer. And that just makes everyone happy. I want the 3-frame buffer personally because Melee's too hard. I can't play it because there's no buffer. It's too hard. I don't like it. Melee's bad. So now we go from controllers to how you control. Into the universal changes, there's quite a few, I'd say, and they're the best parts of the video because they apply to everyone. They're just universal. That's not a joke, it's just I made a funny voice. Debatably. Alright, let's get into the changes. I'm not here for the comedy act. One of the most important segments in this video. Perfect pivoting, for example, returns from Smash 4, not in Melee, because Smash 4 pivoting was much cooler and much smoother and much better and much more handsome. And I'm right, and you can't actually change my mind, because I am right and you can't change the truth. So, Smash 4 pivot comes back. That's initial dash, and there's initial dash. Ooh, initial dash. It was completely overhauled. Everyone wants the Melee dash dancing back, including me, but however, with all these new mechanics combined, I don't think it would work together very well, so I decided to scrap it in favor of a new idea. So, in Melee, you can dash in the opposite direction during any frame of your initial dash. And, but I think, instead of a perfect dash dancing, I'll make foxtrotting really good. After a foxtrot, most characters stop on a dime, so increased traction at the end of a spot dodge, or at the end of a foxtrot. Can you just? I need to shut up. Increased traction at the end of an initial dash. The foxtrot is also quite nice because you can do another foxtrot the instant after. Actually, you can do it sooner because you can cancel an initial dash into another one in the opposite direction. So basically just like microspace and approach unpredictably. That could be really cool. Yes, that is a big change, but here's where things get wild. The running into any attack mechanic. Yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't feel perfect. So, as long as you reset your control stick to neutral position, your character can execute any grounded option except crouch during initial dash. Depending on the move and character, you will initiate the attack and still slide the remaining distance of your initial dash. Even though you can't crouch, you can still down tilt, by the way. And keep in mind, jumping is also a grounded option. So, just think about what you can do with that, you know? I'll tell you what you can do with that. It allows you to jump during initial dash and gain a speed boost going from ground to air. That is the coolest thing ever. Oh my god, I want that. That'd be so cool. You can also shield during initial dash, and then slide right into somebody's attack to punish them, which is cool. Because I don't like that you have to initial dash into shield is so hard to do in Ultimate if you're next to somebody. I mean, yeah, I'm bad, but I heard it from a Falcon main too, and yeah, his Falcon can't really do that very... Shut up. It's in the game. So, in case you're wondering, RAR, Reverse Aerial Rush, still just as useful. Arguably more so. I said that you can only act out of initial dash by resetting your inputs. So, if you dash forward, then hold back without resetting your inputs, and then input your aerial, it will be just like an ultimate. Another really smooth change to mix up grounded approaches is that you can cancel a turn into your initial dash by pressing forward before the animation is complete. That's a very helpful option because it offers a seamless transition from running into your initial dash, aka your foxtrot, and I could see it getting a lot of use. As far as the new initial dash goes, the applications are just vast. And out of all the changes all the universal changes I made in this video, and I'm going to make, this is the one I want in Ultimate the most. So just let that sink in. Imagine what you could do with that with your character, because this changes movement so much. However, I found one major flaw, and it actually delayed this video. Well, if foxtrotting becomes the primary method of movement, why do you need to run? Especially when your turnaround just leads into your foxtrot. So why do you need to run, ever? Well, I mean, other than dash attack. Well, I found a solution that I think will work well. Universally, the turnaround's animation is longer, but once you complete the turnaround animation, your sprint multiplies in speed when you dash in the other direction. And that is interesting, because, not forever, of course, just until you stop. I just wanted to clarify. I'm not sure by how much your dash speed should get multiplied, because there's so many speeds in Ultimate. I don't know if it should be character dependent, because I kind of don't want it to be character dependent. I want it to be a universal mechanic. But yeah, somewhere between 1.1 and 1.9, because 2 times speed is broken, and less than 1 would be negatives, so it makes sense. Somewhere between there. And for, even though I'm not exactly sure how much the multiplier should be, I am sure about how much turnaround should be. They should be much, much longer. The longest turnaround in Smash history, I believe, is Melee Marths, which was, the turnaround frame was 51 frames. That should be the standard. Now, despite the length varying between characters, they're all unsafe. All tilts will transfer momentum during an initial dash unless I specify otherwise. So basically, they all do, but maybe they don't. They all, like, if you, so, like, you know when they do B, but then I say no. Alright, next. Footstools aren't as easy to buffer, because they should be more like techs, where you mean to footstool someone. Mashing jump by an opponent just won't work. So footstool farming is gone, or at least very hard. Speaking of, footstools cannot be teched, because now they're a skill. So, speaking of, jab blocking returns to how it functioned in Smash 4, because that was the coolest in the series. Sorry, Ultimate, but yours is lame and bad, and only better than Brawl's. Because Melee's was better. And that's not saying much. Melee's is very standard. Smash 4's is the coolest. Air dodging? No, we're not there yet. Ledge trumping returns to how it was in Smash 4, because it was better. I want a confirmed back air from ledge trump. Air dodges don't stale unless they go through 15 frames of the air dodge animation. Doesn't have to be 15 frames, I'm just putting an example there. So basically, they can't get stale unless they've gone through a certain amount of the air dodge, and after that they will have counted. So what that means is that you can air dodge into the ground, and it doesn't technically count yet. I wonder what that means. On a completely unrelated note, air dodging, directional air dodging, it has less landing lag, by the way. Like, a pretty good amount of less landing lag. Like I said, unrelated to anything. Oh yeah, by the way, directional air dodging into the ground transfers momentum upon landing. Oh shit, wave dashing lives. You can slide off of edges with the air dodge. Directional air dodge doesn't position you opposite of where you wanted before moving. Wow, that's such a novel concept. I don't know if you know what I mean, but you know that thing where you might just spam air dodge to get back to the stage by the blast zone and you die? Well, that's because you moved forward a little bit. Or maybe you want to air dodge down from a platform, but you didn't go anywhere because you moved. So now you don't, because that's kind of dumb. We're cutting that. If you're holding shield, you can still be pushed off of edges, by the way. Also, by the way, getting pushed off of the edges is like in Smash 4, where you go into that untechable backwards falling animation. I just like techs in Smash 4, alright? Maybe it's the nostalgia. I swear, Smash 4 wasn't that good of a game, but it had some ideas, alright? It had some ideas. Oh yeah. Speaking of cool ideas that everybody will like, you can no longer grab items with the A button. Yeah, no, you can't. You have to use Z. Because I said so. I really just don't like the fact that I'm always constantly trying to grab items because it's the grab button, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, no, you can't for some reason. But yeah, the real reason you can't grab with the A button anymore is... I forgot. I think there was a good reason for it, but I forgot. But I'm sticking to it. You can't grab the items with A button. You have to use Z. Which is cool because for tether grab characters, because they can grab items from far away now. So that's a positive change, I would say. Glide tossing, speaking of items, returns, because it's barely even in Ultimate, because it's not even in Ultimate. At least, I don't know if it's an Ultimate. It doesn't matter in Ultimate. Jump cancel grab returns, it would probably help a lot in this engine. Camping in Ultimate is actually a huge problem. So I've done many things to lessen camping, such as making... get out of the camp. You're gone. You can't camp here. Alright, I forgot my master plan for a second on how I was gonna fix camping, but now that I've got my brain in order, I'm gonna fix camping. So, the way I'm going to fix camping is slowing down and just nerfing the projectiles on prominent campers is a good start. It's a very basic one, but it works. Another one is the ability for Perfect Shield to reflect projectiles, and everybody wants this, and why isn't it in the game? It's kind of dumb that it's not. The projectile does get weaker, though, when reflected, because it shouldn't make special reflectors completely irrelevant. Speaking of defensive changes, I made so many defensive changes because a game without defensive options is a one that is not good. You have to have defense options, and you have to have offense options. So, some defense changes that I made are crouch canceling is much stronger, just like in Melee. I find myself crouch canceling in Ultimate a lot, and I don't find myself winning in Ultimate a lot. So, crouch canceling also works while you're crawling, but not really. It barely does anything, kind of like what it does in Ultimate's crouch canceling. So it's there, but it's not nearly as good as just regular crouching. Shield regenerates slower, which means shield pressure means a lot more. Your shield, this is an interesting one. I don't know if people will like this, but I'm just testing ideas. Your shield becomes weaker, or not weaker, but your shield takes more shield stun the higher percent you are, which is very dangerous and leads to a lot more shield breaks at a high percent. Oh wait, those two are offensive changes. Oh shit. Yeah, still in the game. Still in. They have shield in the title, so it's a defensive change. Anyways, about that whole shield stun at high percent thing, I think it's a cool idea. Definitely one worth testing before putting out as a major change. But I think it has the potential for really interesting stuff. Also, you can mash out of shield breaks at high percent easier, but not at low percent. Because there's going to be more shield breaks. Sorry, I say so much. It's a habit I try to break. It's just a filler word. Everybody says it, but when you're on a camera, you're expected not to say it, okay? It embarrasses me. I'm gonna cut this out. Shield dropping is back. Yes, shield dropping is back. Why isn't it in Ultimate? It's the coolest. Nah, it's not really the coolest. It's just really cool. It makes platforms feel a lot more maneuverable, and it's a big reason why Ultimate just feels like platforms. If you stand on a platform, it's a trap because there's no shield dropping. There's no way to get down. That's why Joker can just like loop, 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 and you're done. So you can shield drop now, and also it's really easy. All you have to do is hold down while shielding on a platform fully. So just hold down while shielding. You might be saying, oh, that's a spot dodge input. Shut up. Because the spot dodge input now can only be done if you press shield and down at the same time on a platform. If you're on the ground, you can just hold it normally like it usually would. But on the platform, it's different, because why would you even want to spot dodge instead of shield drop on a shield in most situations? You should just shield drop. So now you can, and it's there. It's good. You might also be thinking, man, I sure wish that I could angle my shield better. Bam! I got you covered. So, you can now angle your shield with the C-stick, which is important because angling your shield now increases its shield strength significantly, making shield play a lot more interesting. And it makes you think, like, should I keep my shield at full so that I can cover my whole body, or should I reach my shield down to make it stronger, but have them potentially poke it at the top? And I think that'd be really cool. So, yeah, you can angle your shield, and it's really important, because things I just said, you know? Like in Melee, you can cancel the beginning of your air dodge into a Zair, or a tether, which is really nice for recovering on tethered characters, obviously. Actually, I don't know about that one. It might make recovery a little too easy. That's just a maybe. If recovery doesn't end up being too easy, I'd love to see it, but if it does, then I understand cutting it. Also, speaking of Zair, you can now Z-reverse. If you know how to B-reverse, you know how to Z-reverse. It's just the Z, and you turn it around. So, it's there. It should be there. It's very easy. Also, similar thing is F smashes can be turned around. Similar to the Falcon Punch. If you do it within the first few frames of a smash attack, you can turn it around, which just is a mix-up. Another quality of life change is pancaking. Pancaking sucks. Nobody likes it. Pancaking is bad, dumb, and if you rely on pancaking to win, it's probably because you main Pikachu and are bad. And also, I main Pikachu. But I dropped Pikachu. That's not true. You can still crouch under stuff, because that's usually intentional. Moves like Pikachu back air that lower their hurt box to an unreasonable extent will have their hurt box increase temporarily. Like, that just make it taller, you know? Anti-disjoint. Oh my god, we're almost done. Shield specials. Yeah, you guys know I love shield specials, man. Inkling shouldn't be the only one to have one. We should get more up in here. I love shield specials, or at least I love the idea of shield specials, because they don't technically exist yet. But I think they should. Most characters should have a shield special. The way I determined what a shield special should be is A, B, or C. Either A, it has to be really comfortable and just fit really well into the rest of the kit. B, has to be helpful from a defensive standpoint, like grants you literal defense, or is an out-of-shield option. Or C, it's a core part of their kit that manages like a resource or something, like Inkling Ink. Yes, next is something I care much about, but most people don't. Final Smashes. Come on, don't leave. Final Smashes is reworked. I really wanted Final Smash meter to be legal in tournaments, and then the game came out. That's broken. Yeah, no, it's still a little disappointing. I just want it to be a little less unfair. So now, time has an interesting new relationship with FS meter. FS meter is perpetually going down over time instead of up. Now you only get meter from taking or dealing damage, but you'll get much more meter from dealing damage than taking it. If it was legal, it would make camping much less viable because you're incentivized to approach and damage quickly. There are still balancing concerns. Not all Final Smashes were created equal, So now final smashes charge at different rates, like fast, average, and slow. In addition, some final smashes disappear sooner than others. I don't know if you know, but smashes disappear in this game after 15 seconds, I believe. Never mind, I just looked it up, it's 20. My bad. So yeah, 20 seconds is going to be the norm for when final smashes disappear. But depending on how easy it is to land your final smash, it will disappear sooner or later. If your final smash is really easy to land and super strong, it will probably be slow to charge and disappears after only a few seconds. Seconds without using it. When you die, your meter is reset completely. Most final smashes can also be blocked if with FS meter on, so it's actually punishable. Imagine just punishing a final smash, am I right? Transformation smashes return, as they should, because they never should have left, and I don't understand why they ever left. So, transformations final smashes are back, but that poses a problem, but not really, because I fixed it. So, final smash, transformation final smash, like Wario Man, Supersonic, generally they're quite slow to charge, and also they have to be used within 5 seconds or they're lost. Which is a tall order, but generally you use final smashes right away anyway. Before we wrap things up, I'd like to talk about a cool idea I had, but I eventually had to scrap it. I just ran into too many issues. If you guys could fix it, it would be real cool, because I really like this idea, but I can't make it work. With everything else, anyway. So after hitting a shield, or missing, you'll have slightly more end lag than hitting an opponent. This makes more moves punishable on shield, but doesn't interfere with the combo game. And I like that. It's all good in theory, but like, it's so complicated when you think of like, wait, that kind of ruins most characters' neutrals, and that makes auto-cancel windows super weird. So should it not affect aerials? No, because if it didn't affect aerials, then aerials would be the only thing that people used. So it's just, I can't figure out what to do with that, so I had to get rid of it. But no more script, so I'd like to wrap things up with my real face. Face reveal, as I say. I'm looking at the camera now. That's how you use them. Alright. Thank you so much for watching through this whole thing. It really does mean a lot, because this is a long video, man! I appreciate your patience, and I hope that by the end that means that by the end of this, you are just as attached as me. Probably not. I spent a year on this. Not this one video, but this concept. So, my words, where have they gone? Alright, I'll just say the first thing that comes to mind. Violet sucks. I'm joking. Let's wrap this up. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys sticking to the end of the video still, because it's just, man, I can't stick to the end of this video, and I care more than anyone. So, I hope you guys tune in next time, and for the rest, because I have so many cool things to show you, and so many cool ideas to share with you, and I want you guys to share your ideas with me, because that'd be cool. That's what I like doing. This is fun for me. Actually, not that fun yet, because I've just been doing this alone for a year. Nobody cares. Alright. I guess one thing, just in a 1 in a million chance it actually happens, is if there's some sort of developer with enough passion, I would really love to see some of these ideas implemented if you're going to work on a Smash game. Like, just like randomly throw in my cancel initial dash into any move. That'd be cool. I really want that. I want to see it in action, but I can't work on it. I have too much to work on myself. So, even though I'll probably never see them, it still really excites me. Thank you guys. Thank you.